Yeah, yeah. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Connoisseur Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah, yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm going to make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah, yeah. Now, what I want to talk about today is when everybody has to do a certain thing to garner a certain amount of attention. Attention seeking, trying to get in where they fit in. Today, a lot of young people call it clout chasing or whatever the case may be. Okay. But what I'm speaking about is when you go down your timeline, whatever the case may be, and like for Halloween, for instance, that's a good example and a good reference point. On Halloween, you seen a couple of people out there traditionally trick or treating with the children because that's what it's about. It's about the kids. You hear me? But then you seen a whole lot of young ladies with these like scantily type horror like outfits. You know what I mean? For lack of better terms, that's just what it was. Not disrespectful, but if you put yourself out there like that, that's the type of attention you're gonna garner. And if you meet them young ladies somewhere else and you say, hey, I want to do so, this, that, and the third with you, you come at them with the type of attention that they've been garnering and you trying to kick that type of lingo or that knowledge, you know what I mean, or that game that you thought they was into because you seen they Instagram or they stories and shit like that, or they Snapchats, you know what I mean? So you coming at them with that type of attention and they looking at you like, you must got it misunderstood, or you must got me mistaken with somebody else. You hear me? But and then you got to understand they DMs. You know what I mean? They private messages or whatever the case may be. People are sending them like dick pics. Let's be real. People are sending them pictures of their penises. People are sending them everything like, hey, I'm trying to get some of that ass, that pussy, whatever case may be, that you broadcasting. But when you hit them like that with that energy, they going to be looking at you like, type of energy you know what I mean? But in a man's head, because a man is very one-track minded, he going to be like, I'm pushing for the type of energy you giving out. You always on there with your G-string, your ass out twerking. I'm thinking that's the type of energy I need to attract you. You know what I mean? How much for it? A nigga be bold. How much for that ass? How much for that pussy? You know what I mean? What's the ticket on it? He on his internet and all his social media sites with bands and money and shit. So to him, he thinking like how much to buy some of that shit. You hear me? So that's what I'm talking about. And then these type of people that be on there with all their ass out and all this type of shit, they make the young girl, the young timid girl, the traditional girl who just understands trying to get a date the traditional manner. You know what I mean? A person coming up to her with some sense. Can we go on some dates? Hey, you know what I mean? You look nice. And then you have to understand like what happened to the point of when a man want to undress you with his eyes. All this is into courting. You go on your date, you looking at her, you signing her up like, man, even if she don't look good under them clothes, in your mind, you trying to paint a picture like, man, I bet she look good up under them clothes, you hear me? My next step is trying to take them off. But if you don't need to do that because you already seen her on your Instagram pictures and all that type of shit, your next move is to just, let me get her to the mattress. I'm going to do whatever I got to do, even if it's taking her out of town, whatever. My next move is to get her to the mattress, trying to wear out a box spring with her. You hear me? So that makes the young girl who she's pretty quiet, she's timid, she's laid back. She want to do it the traditional manner. If you bump into me, we go on set amount of dates. We do X, Y, Z. You meet whoever you need to meet. If it's a traditional fashion, you meet my family, you do this and that. Then we start moving closer and we might get to the mattress. Because every time you don't get to the mattress with every young lady you meet. And it's not an L on either side. Y'all just not compatible enough to stay in there for the long haul to get to the mattress. You hear me? A lot of times a person will take a wrong turn. A nigga might not call back or she'll see some shit like, nigga turned me off, so I don't fuck with him. And he never got to the mattress. But what the camera does in this new type of faddish type of energy, everybody got to have their ass out. Everybody got to have on a two-piece bikini. It takes the young girl who wouldn't have did that. It makes her push her energy and get more aggressive with this camera. You hear me? And everybody is not like that. So when you come up to them with that energy, they're going to be like, you got me misunderstood. Nah, I'm looking at your Instagram. I got you understood right for who you trying to portray to be on camera. But in person, I didn't know you was nothing like that. See? So I said all that to say is like, I seen the young girl off Bernie Mac, the little baby girl off Bernie Mac. She was on Instagram or whatever with like some pajamas on and her ass out and titties popping all out. And up under the caption, a person put like, man, Bernie Mac probably turned in his grave. But see, she was like the little school girl who was trying to teach you morals, respect, principles, and Bernie Mac was putting that into them kids because it was like one of his stand-ups. They got the kids from one of his sisters or something that was, you know, on drugs, because that's the type of lifestyle it was when he was coming up, 70s and 80s and all that. People was drug addicted. So he took the kids, and the sitcom was based on the life of the jokes. It was reality. He had his sister kids, which was a boy and a girl, and he was raising them up. You know what I mean? The Bernie Mac show. So for me, it's like if I seen Laura or Rudy Huxtable all of a sudden on there with their ass and all that type of shit out, it'd be a tremendous letdown for me, because at that time, Rudy and Laura from the Family Matters show, and Rudy is from the Bill Cosby show, they was the kids that taught you, you know, how to really be a young lady, what it took to court a young lady at them times. Meet the father, go on a date, you know, if you get lucky, you get your first kiss and what have you. That's traditional, you know. So for the 90s and the 2000s kids, to see Bernie Mac's little baby girl, who he was raising on the show, with all her ass and shit out, because she can't compete. She's a dark-skinned girl. She's a brown-skinned girl. You know what I mean? And a lot of these light-skinned girls, and even black girls, when they really dark-skinned, which is sad, they have to put on a little bit more to garner that type of attention that a red bone or a light-skinned girl would. You hear me? So it was just sad, and I thought I'd bring that to, you know, the attention of everybody. You don't have to follow trends, or you don't have to follow the momentum of, you know, the crowd to try to keep up with the crowd. If you laid back and you calm and all that type of shit, that's attractive to a man to a certain extent. Because like I say, he got to try to undress you with his eyes. That's a game that you play when you're coming up and down that ladder of courting and dating. He undress you with his eyes. He looking at you like a sex object, sexual object. And he like, man, you know what I mean? What I would do to you if he get to that point. He's not going to necessarily get to that point. It's up to the young lady. But it's stuff like that you have to keep traditional and hold and at heart. Keep it like that. If a man don't have to undress you with his eyes because he already done seen you, that kind of take the kick out of the foreplay, out of the imagination. After what we gonna do, it takes that, you know, I'm gonna do this, because a man will put some expectations on it, like, man, I gotta do all this to, you know, get her to the mattress. And these niggas out here playing like that just to get you to the mattress. You don't have no type of, you know, understanding for trying to have no longevity with you. It's straight mattress talk. So I didn't want to be too long-winded on the video, but you know what I mean? That just came to my mind. You don't have to follow trends. You don't have to follow fads. You don't have to follow the leader when it comes to who you are. If that's who you are, laid back, and you know you're more of a traditional girl, stay that. Stay off the internet channels with all that weirdo shit. Stay off your social media trying to get like your cousin or the girl down the street or somebody you following. That's not for you. So I want to thank y'all for being with me. Thank y'all for listening. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Connoisseur Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah. We out.